And I have this theory, it's only a theory, that, you know, when Chelsea was up around looking down, deciding who she was going to choose for parents, because I believe we do that to have the experiences we need to have, you know, God was talking to her and said, you know, I have a set of parents here, and if you'll take this deal, it might be interesting, but, you know, I'll handle, you know, the survival needs, and you'll be beautiful, and you'll be talented, and you'll have about everything you could ever hope for, and it'll be a very fun and amazing and blessed life. And
how
Chelsea,
can I say no?
And Chelsea, well, what's the? She says, well, it's 2 guys. And Chelsea went, no, I think I'll do it. It sounds like fun. She once told us that when she was up there, she looked down and said, I wanted a wacky family.
She said when she was 3.
And
she said, when I was up there, you know, before I came in, she said, you know, I wanted a wacky family.
And so she took it, and so she made this deal, and he kept his end, and she kept her end. And
We're definitely wacky.
Yeah.
But I really believe that's how
wacky is good.
We did that.
Wacky's good.
Wacky is fun.
I think I made the decision about a year ago. I'm so close to my parents that in order to become independent, I would have to go out of state for college, and I think that was like the hardest decision. I mean, the next hardest decision was like choosing where I want to go, but like I think that was like I know I need to go out of state because I'm not gonna be able to function. Because if I lived within 50 miles of my home, I know I'd try to. I mean, if I went to college, not live within. If I went to college within 50 miles of my home, I would find some way to live at home. I mean, I would go to USC and try to find some way to live at home. It's
Sure.
like I know myself, and I know how close we are, and like that's gonna be the hardest thing, I think. But we do spend more time together, I think, than most families. Like I mean, he says we pass it all up, but we also have like 3-hour dinners on Saturday night and Friday night, and then Sunday. I mean, I spend more time with my parents than I do with my friends, like as a choice. Like, you know, I mean, most of my friends are family friends because all my friends are much older than I am. So
Much.
It's like it's fun to be at school where, you know, like my friends rely on me to be the one that's like going to stand up for any community that I need to stand up for because they see what I do like for my family, and it's like I kind of enjoy that, you know. I like being the one that's going to like take care of people and make sure that everybody's going to like get what they need, and I don't know, I like being different.
She's blown us away 3 times, I think. She blew us away the weekend of her bat mitzvah, when she had to not only do all of the things that requires in terms of the religious ceremonies, but the speeches that she wrote and the dances that she did that night, and her boys walking down the stairs and making her grand entrance. I mean, all of the kind of things she was, you know, and to pull off doing a ballet that night, and having studied all of those 8 or 10 months that you studied, she just blew us away, and she blew us away again at our wedding with her speeches and a letter that she let us read that she'd written to President Bush when he was, you know, going through his stuff about why everything we stood for was wrong, and said, you know, you can read that at the wedding, and her own speech that you saw, and then of course this particular evening, I just realized this is going to go on. It's not going to be 3 times.
No.
This is what we're going to get to celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for us, I felt like the inspiration to have her was miraculous, and then I've always said that I think she had to be outstanding. I mean, just for our family, because if she was just average, the world would have not like gone, what's that? You know, what is that? And it's like, so they kind of drawn to her, and then they say, wow, and she has 2 dads. That's kind of the after effect, you know. So it's kind of, she kind of does have that magnetism that brings people in and stuff like that, and then it kind of helps people understand that, you know,
Very disarming. It's
disarming.
very disarming.
There's other families, and I said it's not about a gay family. It's about any family that where there's love and there's acceptance and stuff like that. It's the beauty, and it's like if we can get past having to label and decide what's right and what's wrong, and just love each other and just accept each other, you know. And I think for us out in the world, we've seen that that's possible. We've seen that come back to us from people that at first might have had a judgment about that. And so I think it's been a wonderful journey, because I think she's melted people's hearts, and I think that's helped kind of people to let down their barriers, you know, and their judgments. So it's miraculous. And as I sit here, it's surreal. It's just surreal.